Okay, hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our next webinar. This time the topic is about the blue-green infrastructure and rainwater management. In this presentation we will firstly talk about the basic knowledge and information about the blue-green infrastructure and rainwater management. Then we will talk about more about the parking systems, permeable parking systems, especially by ASIO system. We will also show you how to reinforce a slope using the vegetation bags. The product is called AS Green Slope. And we will show you some new products such as smart tree and pre-grown fences. First of all, why we even talk about the topics such as blue-green infrastructure. Worldwide, the trend is known. More and more people are living in the cities, and therefore the cities are increasing their size. Unfortunately, most of the newly built structures are done by concrete, asphalt, steel, and all these materials can easily heat up during the summer, and this causes significant issues. One of the biggest issue is a phenomenon called urban heat islands. This phenomenon describes the situation when all these materials such as concrete, steel and asphalt can absorb heat during the day and slowly dissolve this energy during the night. Therefore the cities are overheating, and unfortunately this trend is increasing in the terms of its power. If we talk about the numbers, for example, if you compare the average temperature in the city centers comparing to the peripheries, we are talking about the average difference about 2 degrees Celsius. In some larger cities such as London, we talk about even more, up to 5 degrees centigrades. Here you can see the map of the Czech Republic. As you can see, areas such as Prague, Brno, Ostrava, these cities are already affected, and as you see on the pictures on the left side, the surfaces such as roof, facade, road, these places can easily heat up to 50 degrees Celsius. The only place to escape is some shade or shade under the tree, where the temperature can be reduced. And that's the reason why we are intending to solve this issue and solve it by adding more and more green into the cities. Also, the blue-green infrastructure, we're talking about the blue as well, from the perspective of the Czech Republic. If you imagine the Czech Republic, the country, despite several river streams that starts just a few kilometers behind the country border, all the rivers start in the Czech Republic. We don't have any sea which could be dissolved, and we don't have any large river that enters into the Czech Republic. So all the water we are dependent on is the one that is falling from above. So the rainwater is crucial for us. If we talk about the rainwater and the Czech Republic, in the past we more feel the rainwater as a problem in terms of a flooding. So the focus was to gather the water and take it out from the area as quickly as possible. After the several years of drought, we realized that's not the only problem we could face, and we realized we really need to manage the rainwater much more effectively, and if possible to harvest water and keep it in the optimal amount in the area where the rain drops down. And the future is already setting up. We need to adapt on the climate change. We need to really focus on rainwater harvesting, solving the water recycling if possible, and using all the systems that are close to nature. So that's the system of NBS stands for nature-based solution, and design the cities under the system of sponge city. So the cities which can really absorb a lot of rain and slowly release it during the time. Here you can see how we are approaching the system for rainwater management. Our company, we always trying to deliver fully equipped systems. So the basic water tank is usually integrated with some pre-treatment. It can be either first flush separator, probably most of the time we have mechanical pretreatment with some sort of filter with very fine mesh, and we have a calm inlet of the water, so the water which always can absorb some particles, have time, so the water, the particles can settle down in the tank. And we are trying to use the rainwater in the households, for example, for water splashing. And in these cases, you always need to consider some period without the rain. So you need to have a unit that can refill the system, and the system of the refilling must fulfill the local standards, and therefore the system is a bit more sophisticated than in compared to basic water tank. Of course, in the full scale ratio, we can even deliver the systems where in the house you will use the potable water from the site only for drinking, while the rainwater is used in most of the other places, such as the water splashing, in washing machine, car washing, etc. Here you have some examples. Basically, with the rainwater and the cities, you really try to interact the unpermeable surfaces with permeable ones, and you need to incline all the surfaces towards the green surfaces, because the cities are really facing a water scare and need every drop of the water to sustain the green in the cities. And if you do it well, you can have really nice streets full of green. And mostly all these investments brings you not only much better looking streets, but also less noisy streets, less overheated streets. And what is really important, the investment into the systems for the blue-green infrastructure always return back in terms of the higher prices for the houses itself. We discuss rainwater a lot, that of course the rain is unpredictable, and you cannot really depend only on the rainwater, especially for large surfaces, golf clubs, large parks, where even the water tank for rainwater harvesting can be easily filled out and you could have a trouble. For that cases, you can easily start focusing on the water recycling. These systems are already used by many countries. Here on the picture, I think it's Australia, where the grass is watered by recycled water, and it's really functional. If you consider the water recycling, you will always have a water income periodically. Every day you will have some gray water. So in this case, you will need much lower volume of the storage tank compared to the rainwater tank. So definitely the gray water recycling is a chapter that has much in common with the blue-green infrastructure. If we talk about the cities and the green surfaces, of course, one of the first surfaces you can talk about are green roofs and green facades. I believe this topic in the Czech Republic is more and more popular. You can easily see more and more roofs done as green, and yeah, well, there are many advantages of such a system. This type of roof reduces the noise. It reduces the cost of the energy needed for heating up the house, because 30% of the heat usually escapes through the roof, and these systems are much more effective than standard systems. It reduced the inclination, and it reduced the risk of the fire. Definitely increased the cost, the value of the house, and it's definitely really nice to look on. So it really increases the attractiveness of the area where the roofs are green. In numbers, if you take the Czech Republic, these days we are installing about 200,000 square meters per year, while, for example, Austria, it's still there are still 5 times more installation than in the Czech Republic. But I believe the trend is really stable, and we are talking about increase of these installations. Also, what I did not mention, you can really do the green roof, which is requiring really low maintenance. So depending on the type of the roof you choose, you can really end up with the roof where you will have some maintenance during the first few weeks after the installation, and then, let's say, once or twice a year you will just do the basic inspection, and that's it. So definitely the system that really improves the area, and you can really use the systems to get more green into the cities. Also, green facades, there we are talking about the similar systems. Here you have a really nice picture from Kampané Likos in Slavkov, Ubrna, where this picture is from the installation. As you can see, the left side of the roof, there is only the insulation. This is during the construction of the roof, while the right side is already having the green roof installed, and the temperature difference is huge. So definitely a nice proof of the concept. Okay, another chapter which we will spend on a bit more time are the permeable parking systems, and especially the system which we are selling and we use as the only system which we propose, and the system is called ASTTE. This system is already very well known. The TTE grade is installed more than 15-20 years, especially abroad. here in the Czech Republic. We started up about 5 years ago, and we choose these systems just because of its advantages. If you compare the TTE grade with all the other systems, it has much more robust design. It has locks and large bottom surface area, which helps us to reduce the requirements for the sublayers, especially for the requested pressures on the layers. By that we can achieve easily a better permeability, and what is very important, the system requests much lower bed underneath the TTE grades. Also, with the locking systems, you have systems that can be easily maintained even during the winter, and the system is really capable to handle the grass much more effectively than all the other systems you can find on the market. With TTE systems, or TTE line, as you wish, we are dividing the system according to 3 construction principles. In construction principle number 1, we are using these systems mainly for local areas near the, for example, for households, for parking places at your house where your car is parking a few times per day, so very low frequently used parking lots. In these places, the bedding is just 5 centimeters. It's a significant advantage to all the other known systems, because you can imagine what amount of soil you need to dig up and remove to some place and bring equal amount of the gravel for the normal systems, while here with 5 centimeters you can easily use this 5 centimeters of the soil at your garden and just bring the gravel and even mix it with some amount of soil, and the amount of the work in such a case is really heavily reduced, and the price for the installation is really one of the best. Here you have some examples of the system, and yeah, you can have a short entrance to your garage. You can have walkways with this system, and mostly in private sector, this construction principle number 1 is used mostly. Then we have construction principle number 2. This system is mostly used in the public area, in places such as supermarkets, parking places, and others, where you are expecting mostly the car parking, but also you need to consider several heavy trucks a day, for example, for product supply to the store and so on. So I would say this construction principle 2 is used mostly in the public sector, and yeah. Here you have the cross section, just describes you more about the sublayers. If we talk about the sublayers and construction principle number 2, we are talking about 20 to 25 or 30 centimeters total, which is really low bed comparing to all other systems. And this is, as I mentioned, achieved by the locking system and the whole design of the grade. Here you can see some pictures from the installation. You can have a full surface done by the TTE, as you see on the picture on the right, and you can decide whether to fill all the the space with the soil and have a grass there, but also at the same time you can fill it with the concrete paver and make walkways, main roads, signs, and so on. But also you can combine these systems with asphalt, where the main roads can be asphalted and the parking places can be done with the TTE, and it can work as well. The last type of the construction is constructional principle number 3. This system is used for the heavy load, for heavy traffic, for mostly for the trucks, parking place for trucks and so on. Even the bus stops, large storage centers, and so on. In this case, the only I want to point out is you cannot really have fully grass system under such a constructional principle. The maximum you can do is a raster, which you can see on the left side, where the 50% of the space is filled with the grass, and this is caused by the construction itself, where you need to spread the load and take the main force from the wheel down to the bottom of the grade. Here you see some other references, and here is better description of or comparison to the other known systems. On the right side you can see the TTE grade, and you can compare it with the known systems. If you compare it to the concrete permeable pavers, you can see they don't have the locking system, so that's a big problem if you consider the maintenance during the winter, and let's say even about the possibility of sustaining the grass in such a place, because you can imagine the concrete can absorb a lot of heat and burn out the grass that is inside. Also, you can find on the market many plastic pavers, but if you compare those, our TTE grade has about 9 kilograms weight, compared to other systems which are usually 3 times lighter and even more. Here is a picture of the comparison of the two systems. On the right side you have TTE with the sublayers about this 30 centimeters, and if you compare it to the standard system with the concrete pavers, you can easily have double the bed for the same purpose. So if you compare the systems, you can easily get to much better price in as a whole. Of course, because we have a lower bedding and we require much lower pressed, suppressed layers, the grass is capable to root much deeper, and the grass is capable to handle heat for much longer than compared to other systems. When we did the price comparison with the all other systems, on one hand, unfortunately, the TTE grade is more expensive comparing to the other products that you can find on the market. But if you really calculate the whole system and compare it, you will find out that the price is equal, and in many cases even better. Usually by using TTE, you can easily add up even some extra parking place, which you would not achieve using other systems, because we can go much closer to, for example, trees and still not hurt them, not affect them. So So by using the systems, you can really more effectively use your space. Also, a big issue and question in the Czech Republic was an oil separation. In the past, if you talk about the parking place, you will always discuss the oil separator. But of course, in terms of the permeable surfaces, you cannot really easily take all the water and bring it to some oil separator. So we needed to manage, we needed to prove that the system is capable of handling of the oil drops. And we done that by structural substrates. And about these substrates, even Czech standard TNV 759011 is talking as a potential possibility for oil sorption. Because the standard talks about it, we decide to certificate the substrate underneath the TTE. And these days we are supplying our customers not only with the TTE grade, but we also supply them with the soil itself. Mostly it's just the first 5 centimeter layer filled with ASTTE soil P, and by using these systems, you can pass through the authorities and get approval for your parking place. Here are some other nice references. This is what I believe one of the first installations which we done many years ago. As you can see on the picture right down, because the TT is designed with the square gaps, which can work as a pixel, you can really easily place a cube into the shape which will make a symbol that you need. So here is the wheelchair symbol, and yeah, you can divide the parking lots, you can make an arrow and all the other symbols that are needed. So if you really have time to play with the system, you can really end up with really nicely designed parking place. As I mentioned about the oil drops, the beginnings were not easy, and we needed to prove the system is capable of that. So we joined our forces with University of Brno and with JV project, the architects from Brno, and we did the testing site at the University of Brno. We end up with 3 different beddings underneath the TTE, and all 3 were tested. One of the tests were about the load spreading and load capacity. The other testing was about oil sorption, and the last test was about the water retention and water, let's say, management in the system as a whole. During the installation, all the layers were tested, and you can easily read about it in the report. And at the end, we end up with the full-scale parking lots, which are existing there and are tested even these days. So it's not only, let's say, a short period time of testing, but this site is there and will be there for even more years. So we already have even the proof of the system after the winters. Of course, in the terms of the oil drops, we did not expect to have a real, let's say, scale or proof of the oil sorption, because we really did not expect to measure any oil after the system. So we intensified the system. We made the laboratory tests in, let's say, more overloaded scale, and we were dropping the oil in this column, circle the water cycle around with the pump, and let the system running for several weeks, and were tested how much oil penetrate through the layers into the storage tanks. You can see them on the in the middle picture. Those black water tanks. Those were the storage tanks where we measure the quality of the water, and the system proof itself. We haven't found any oil after the system, and after this the university gave us a report proving the system. During the measuring, actually before the final installation, Moravia region faced the first tornado after many years, and that day was really hard for many people, and also we faced a lot of heavy rains in Brno. And as you can see, unfortunately back then we did not have finished the water storage tank after the system, but on the picture right down you can see 3 pipe outlets from the system, and the very left one is having some water stream, and that one was from the most far parking lot on the picture right top. And there we have the gravel sublayers. So the first 2 parking lots with the substrate were much more capable of water retention, and none of these systems was overflooded during this event. Here we have another picture from the references. This one is also from Brno. What was interesting on this case was that we replaced existing permeable surface with plastic grades, but with these much lighter ones, and the investor was very unsatisfied with the system, but trust that we can really provide a system that will be capable of handling the load, and so we replace it and install the TTE there. Of course, the Czech Republic is not only country that is using the TTE. I would say one of the most successful country using the TTE system is France. They also did their experiments. One of the experiments I'm about to show you is about temperatures. The French partner, they made much larger scale testing. They had much more parking lots, as you can see, and they compare different type of the surfaces, and they placed probes, temperature probes, into different depths. As you can see, one was in the 3 centimeters underneath the top. The other one was 8 centimeters, 16, 24, and 55. They compare vegetated area. They compare the asphalt and TTE with the pavers, with the grass, and with the mulch. If you compare the behavior during the daytime and nighttime, you can easily see the system with the grass and mulch was very close to the vegetated area, while the asphalt and TTE with pavers was close by. So you would say, okay, if I use TTE and put the pavers inside, okay, I maybe handle the water management, but I will not help much in terms of the heat island. But actually it's not true, because if you look on the nighttime scheme, you will realize that during the night the system can reduce its temperature much faster than asphalt. So even the system, if you would use 100% TTE with cubes, will have an effect on the heat islands. So the system as a whole has more benefits: the water management, the heat island reduction, and so on. Of course, the biodiversity is very important everywhere. For us, the biodiversity even helps us to refresh the sublayers in terms of the oil drops, because of course we don't expect anybody to refill or replace the bedding underneath the TTE. We expect the nature to handle the potential oil drops from the car. And yeah, here are some other examples of usage of the TTE. For example, the tram lines. If you have some accident with the trams, you need to have a replacement public transport. You can have troubles with the green lines, while if you use TTE with the grass, you can solve the issue. What was really nice about the system, that we were really capable to pass through and install the first system even for the streets. These reference pictures are from Třísnotice, a village nearby Brno, where quite large area was covered with TTE for the side roads, and by that we were capable also to prove the system is capable of handling the traffic load. So not only the system usable for parking places, but even for side streets. And yeah, the system can be used in different scale at different places. Here you have some pictures from self installers from their houses. You can see even TTE used around the beehives without using concrete, and just easily installed with a drive system. Okay, that was about the TTE and permeable surfaces. The other chapter is about reinforcing of the slopes. Of course, mostly you will see concrete cubes filled with the concrete reinforcing the hill. But still, if we are talking about replacing concrete and asphalt for something green, we wanted to have some system that will allow the customers, the clients, to use the system that can be greened. And we brought up a system called AS Green Slope, where we supply our customers with the bags, and these bags are installed in a brick layer design. You go against the slope, and depending on the height of the slope, from time to time you use geotextile or geomesh that is fixing the wall against the slope. And after the installation, you even use hydroseeding or plant climbing plants, and end up with nice looking walls, green walls. Here is one of the picture from the reference. As you can see on the left, that's the installation right after the, well, there's a picture right after the installation. The picture on the right is several months later, after the climbing plant covers the surface. Mostly we are successful with the systems in a private sector, and this system has huge advantages because the shape is not strictly edged. You can really use the bags and make whatever shape you like, you need, and really make the wall more nature close and more effective to your area. So here are pictures from the installation, just after the installation, so just before planting the the plants. This picture is from another village close by Brno, and you can see the picture on the left top. It's just after the installation. The picture right down is what I believe 3 months later. So you don't really wait for too long before the slope is covered by the flowers and grass and climbing plants. So the system is quite nice and capable to handle whatever needs, whatever requirements. But of course, you always need to consider static calculations for slopes above 1.5 meters. And we as a company, we supply the customer with the bags and the plastic pins and the geo mesh, while the customer always use his own soil on the place on the site, or he will just bring the soil, some higher quality soil, which is used for filling the bags. You never can use really clay soil or a rocky soil. So you need to find some compromise. You can mix what you have on your site with some better quality soil, and with that you even reduce the cost of the installation. As we discussed, where you can really hide during the summer in the cities are trees. It's one of the most effective tool to reduce the heat islands in the cities, and is highly recommended even from our side. Every time you can really plant a tree, you always go for the tree, because there is nothing better than that in the cities. And yeah, like all the other green systems or green, it will not reduce of course the temperature in the streets, but also reduce the noise, reduce dust, and retain more water in the place of drop. So many advantages using the tree. But unfortunately, I believe in most of the cities, if this would be easy, we would have more and more trees, and we are already having. But still, you have some places where installing a tree is either very costly or almost impossible due to underground sites or some archaeological places. So unfortunately, not always we can place a tree. For example, we have a street lamp, so probably will not be capable to plant a tree just beside it. For that cases, we brought up an idea with statically calculated construction that can be overgrown by climbing plant. And this system we let patent it, and we already supply to our customers. As I described, it has several advantages which normal other system or tree would have trouble with. So in case you cannot really place a tree, you can use this system to have at least some shade from the green. And here are the models which we start up with just before the first prototype production, and we immediately discussed this system as for example a street lamp or a battery charger for cars, for bicycles, and so on. And yeah, here is the first installation. The smart tree is called Singapore because we really like the Singapore towers, so we said we name it by the city. And yeah, the picture on the left is just a few months after the installation. I would say 2 months after the installation. So the climbing plant is really growing fast, and the picture on the right is just a fresh. So I would say this is after the 3 years of the installation, and it is fully covered. We already cut all the lamps that go beyond the frame. And yeah, we already installed some smart trees in the cities. Most successful we are in Prague, and these pictures are from the pilot installation in Prague. This is the site metro station Harchanska, and this installation was done, I would say, 2 years ago, but the pictures are just after the installation. In these cases, we replaced the old existing lamps with the smart tree, and the concrete pot that is underneath the stainless steel construction is covered or surrounded by the bench. This is the same pilot installation, but other place, just a few hundred meters far away on the street Davitska. And again, in this case, we replaced the existing lamp for the smart tree, again with the bench around the concrete pot. We already have the system capable of charging the electric cars, plug-in cars. So even for company premises, we can supply such a system, and you can have really green car battery charger. And the last product I would like to talk about are green fences. It's a brand new product that is now joining the products for the blue-green infrastructure, and those are green fences. The product is called AS Green Fence, and what we as a company supply are the pre-grown fences that are 1.2 meter wide and having different heights. And these fences, you can either use just a basic fence, but because of the instantly pre-grown surface, you can really have wonderful installations just after you pass the site to the client. Or you can have these systems installed on the facade, where it can also increase the price tag or value of the house, of the building, and yeah, you can increase the attractiveness of the local area. These fences we supply on the pallets. Usually there are 6 or 8 fences per pallet, so it can be easily stored, it can be easily supplied, very easily installed. It's just a normal fencing system. Just by using normal fencing system, you can install these, and within a few hours you can have a fully grown green fence at your site. Of course, the production portfolio of our company is much wider. We're trying to approach the system complexly and cover all the topics regarding the water. And I believe if you connect all the systems properly, using the nature-based solutions with the technical solutions we have, you can have really wonderful installations, no matter where you are and how large your project is. So if you will be interested in, don't hesitate to contact us, and we will gladly help you. Okay, thank you for your attention.